Hello everyone, a wonderful day to you. Thank you so much for viewing our previous CBCP News Conversation episodes. And if you haven't viewed yet, you are really free to go into our Facebook page, CBCP News, and just watch and enjoy. So for now, I'm Christine Pagirigan, your host, and I will be joined by a wonderful woman. And she's an undercover agent, so we will talk about it later on why we call her and her team an undercover agent. So this is going to be a really exciting episode because we will be talking again about a really important group or organization or a ministry, a mission, which really helps the society, the country in massive ways. So let's get the ball rolling. Let's introduce our guest for today, Miss Gudelia Guerra. She's from Mexico and she's been here in the Philippines for 8 years. She is the Youth Ministry Director of Regnum Christi Philippines. So hi, Miss Gudelia, say hello to our guests.
Hi everyone, it's nice to be here and I'm excited to have this conversation with Christian to share a little bit more about Regnum Christi and my love for the church and my love for my spiritual family.
Yes, and the love for the people, for you
Yes.
guys. So we really hope you'll enjoy this. So let's start off with what is Regnum Christi? How can we tell the people about it more? Yeah.
Well, Regnum Christi means Kingdom of Christ.
In Latin.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So Regnum Christi started 76 years ago in Mexico.
Wow.
So that was 1941.
Mm-hmm.
And for these last 76 years, we've been blessed with the opportunity of going out through the whole world and tell the good news,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we are currently present now in 38 countries.
Yes.
And I am so happy and so blessed to have been able to be here in
Yes.
the Philippines for 8 years.
Welcome.
Yes, ako ay Pilipina sa puso.
Oh.
I really love being in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the people, you all have really conquered my heart. And I really have felt in love with this country.
We are blessed to have you here. So
I
thank
love
you.
it.
Thank you for staying
Gracie.
here.
Thank you for inviting me also to the program. I'm
So what's the
excited.
goal of Regnum Christi?
Yes, of course. Well, I would like to share more of like the charism of Regnum Christi,
Okay.
right? So, a charism is formed by a lot of elements, right? But the definition of charism is how a specific group of people live one of the mysteries of the life of Christ.
Yes.
Because of course we're all Catholic and we all follow Jesus, and the Bible it's our book,
Yes.
right?
It's like our
It's what we
guideline.
follow,
Yes.
It's our guidelines, right? But each particular group in the church is each spiritual family
Yes.
focuses on a specific mystery of the life of Christ. So I would say we focus on Jesus that called his disciples and sent them out. So what we feel in Regnum Christi is this Caritas Christi Urget Nos, the charity, the love of Christ compels us.
Yes.
So we bring the person to encounter the love of Jesus, and in this personal and real encounter with the love of God, the person won't be able to stand still. She will feel this urge.
Yes. The
He will
automatic urge to
exactly,
act.
to
Yes.
go out, to go out and tell the good news. So it's that. It's bringing the person to encounter the love of Jesus, and because of this encounter, him or her going out to
Yes.
the streets to find more people that can get to know and love
Yes.
Jesus and
Until it
encounter-
passes
Exactly.
on to
a domino
everyone.
effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ripples
Yes.
of the faith and the mission. So,
Exactly.
who are in Regnum Christi?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Well, Regnum Christi, it's a big umbrella, and
Okay.
we have different branches and different members. So for Regnum Christi, as I gave you here in your little flyer,
Pamphlet, yeah.
it's pamphlet. We have Catholic lay people from every walk of life. We have consecrated men and women, and that's me, and they're also men. We also have diocesan priests and also the Legionaries of Christ.
Okay.
So the Legionaries of Christ are the priests that are part of Regnum Christi, and then me as a consecrated person, and then the lay people. So as a matter
Anyone
of
can be a part of Regnum Christi.
anyone,
Yes.
exactly. I feel, for example, in my home. So Regnum Christi started in Mexico,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So in my house, Regnum Christi has impacted already 3 generations.
That's
From my
awesome.
grandparents, my parents,
And
and, then
then
my
you.
generation. Exactly. So I've felt and experienced how Regnum Christi is a spiritual family.
Yes.
And as a spiritual family that it is, every person in the family has a place in Regnum Christi. You know, like my grandparents, my parents, my titos, my titas.
Your nephews.
My
yes.
nephews, exactly. Me also. And as I said, we have different ways of being part of Regnum Christi. You can be part of Regnum Christi as a lay person from any
Yes.
walk of life, or as a consecrated men and women, Legionaries of Christ.
Yes. So, how do you become an official part of the family?
Good. Well, Regnum Christi is a very open family.
Yes.
Every event that we have and everything we do, it's open.
You just
Yeah.
approach one of the members
Yeah.
of the Regnum Christi and ask.
Yes,
Do you have
exactly.
formations?
We
or-
do. We
okay.
have a lot of formation. I mean, everything that we do is open, but there is a way of belonging to Regnum Christi, and it's through a very simple but meaningful ceremony.
Okay.
It's a short rite that the priest asks some questions, the members answer them, and it's simple but beautiful, very meaningful, and that's how you incorporate yourself into
Okay.
this Regnum Christi family as a lay member.
As a lay
Because there are
member.
different ways of incorporating yourself as a consecrated
Yes,
woman.
of course, there's a longer
and a
process.
priest,
Yes.
of course. Uh-huh.
Okay. So, what kind of events do you have since it's been established for so long and it's
Yes,
already
yes.
found a really strong foundation? What kind of events do you have?
That's a very good question. Well, since our charism is really evangelizers, we evangelize, we feel this Caritas Christi Urgentness, right? That I was saying at the beginning. We do it in many ways. In fact, we don't limit ourselves to a specific way of doing it. We try to analyze the culture, the situation, the times and the signs
Yes,
of
the
the times,
signs of the times.
and we answer whatever it's needed. So of course, one of the main ways that we do evangelization is through our schools.
Schools.
So for example, I'm an alumni from our schools back in Mexico. I studied in a school called Alpes,
Okay.
and here at here at the Philippines, we have 3 schools. So we have Everest Academy in BGC, we have Everest in Laguna, and we have Mano Amiga in Parañaque. So our 3 schools, of course, are the main way that we evangelize.
Yes. So you run the school.
Well, I am actually not working at the
Okay.
schools because, as I was gonna say, in Regnum Christi we don't only focus to the
Of
students.
course, yes.
We evangelize as much as we can. So
As
we
far
do
as
have,
you can.
Exactly. We do have some people focused in the schools in Everest Laguna, Everest Academy in Taguig, and in Mano Amiga in Parañaque. We do have people that work there. But me, I work as a youth ministry. I work especially with the young women. So every person that joins Regnum Christi has spiritual direction. So I give a lot of spiritual directions.
Okay.
They also have retreats, and we preach a lot of retreats. They also have the opportunity of holy hours. So we every Thursday, a commercial.
Every Thursday.
Every
You're free to
Thursday.
join.
Every Thursday at Everest Academy from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. we have a holy hour. So it's a time of adoration where the youth.
It's a time of silence.
Yes, silence and
in
quiet.
this
that now
busy
it's hard
society.
to find,
Yes.
right, Chrissy? So the youth gather together and we pray, and there's also opportunity for confession, as I said. So it's a beautiful pause at the middle of the week to encounter our Lord, encounter Him in the Blessed Sacraments, in the Eucharist, and in confession, right? We also do a lot of outreach because we evangelize, right?
Yes.
So one of our programs, which I would say it has a big impact, it's called Mission Youth.
Mission Youth.
Mission Youth,
Okay.
exactly. So in Mission Youth, we have adopted a community in Cabuyao, Laguna.
Kabuyao.
Yes, and it's a community of 70,000 houses.
Wow.
Yes, so we're talking about around 70. Sorry, how many houses did I say?
70,000 families.
7,000 houses,
Seven
around
thou-
70,000 people, more or less. Imagine that there's like around 10 people per house, something like that, per family, on average. So we've been going there already for 3 years. And
You're
when we go-
nurturing and then
Exactly.
trying to teach them how to be sustainable.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the most important thing here is that what we bring them is the faith.
Yes, that's really the most important
The sacraments,
thing.
exactly. So we share with them the faith, the joy for our faith, and we try as much as we can to help them to be active in the parish, to come back to the sacraments, to come back to confession, mass, to baptize their kids.
So,
So
the
it's
people in
beautiful.
Cabuyao know you really well now.
Well, I guess. Hi to the people in Cabuyao,
Hello.
Laguna.
I hope they this video reaches them.
In
So-
Salville 1. Yes, exactly.
So it
So
sounds
interesting.
really fun. And how many members
It
are you
really is.
are we looking at right now?
Well, incorporated members, we are not so many.
Mhm.
But Mission Youth, for example, has already impacted the life of 1,000, I'm sure. Because
So
every Holy Week,
you're open for volunteers.
yes, we are. All our activities, as I said at the beginning, they're open, right? So of course, our members, our incorporated members, participate in them in the retreats, holy hours,
Yes.
outreaches, missions that we do. But as I said, everything is open. So currently, I would say that where we've been able to and blessed with an opportunity of evangelization, it's yes there in Cabuyao, but as well we have an org in Ateneo and in La Salle University.
Yes, schools.
Yes,
Let's go for
exactly.
schools. Yes.
So we have there 100 plus members in the orgs, and what we want to help these youth in the universities is to fall in love with the love of Jesus, and then feel they should be compelled to bring more people closer to Him.
Yes. So I've been hearing so much joy in how you speak, and
Yes.
your aura is so light right now. So we see,
Thank
as
you.
I've always said in our interviews, we see that when people actually answer the call to be who they really are and then spread the gospel, answer their mission, you just see how wonderful their personalities are. So I see that in you. So
Thank
I'm
you.
just curious, and we will be getting into that undercover agent thing in a moments from now. I'm curious, why did you decide to be a part of Regnum Christi?
Yes. Well, as I said, right, Regnum Christi has impacted my family already in 3 generations. So when I was growing up, I was going to a Regnum Christi school, and I grew up very familiar with who is the Regnum Christi members. I mean, my
Yes.
parents are Regnum Christi members. Some of my aunts and uncles too, my titos and titas. So I grew up in this school, surrounded by Regnum Christi members, by consecrated women, and also by the Legionaries of Christ, the priests.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. So, as a matter of fact, in my school, we have consecrated people like me, but in my family, 2 of my mom's sisters are consecrated women,
Okay.
and 1 of my dad's. So, I grew up looking at my consecrated aunts and thinking, well, if God calls me to be a consecrated, I'll be happy. And if
Yes.
God calls me to be married, I'll be happy.
Yes.
You know, I just had these beautiful examples of life. So, I always knew that I just like, fitted really well with the Regnum Christi family. For me, Regnum Christi has been a family, has been a home.
Ever since you can remember.
Ever since I can remember. My parents were already Regnum Christi members when I was born. So when I was born, I was already exposed to all of
Yes,
this.
you were automatically a member.
Yes, exactly. I still had to join through the ceremony.
Yes, of course. But by
yes,
blood.
Exactly. I already grew in
That's
it.
what you call literal.
Yeah. By blood.
Yes.
Exactly. So, when I was young, I decided to join Regnum Christi formally, but then I realized that God was calling me to be only for Him, to consecrate my life to Him. So I was 16, 17 years old when I started to discern my vocation, if God was really calling me to this life. And when I was 18 years old, I joined formally the consecrated life in Regnum
It
Christi.
was hard. The discernment
It was
process was hard.
It was hard. I had a boyfriend, so I had to break up with him. That was
So
sad.
sorry.
But we're all happy now. We're all happy.
Yes.
We all move on with our lives. And so it was hard
Yes.
to leave behind my family, the things I liked. I was dancing ballet, jazz, and tap, and I really loved it. I liked all of this. I also like my friends. I of course like going out for parties and
Night
dancing and
outs,
having
yeah.
fun. Exactly. I'm a very social person, so I love going out. And then when I realized that God was calling me to be a consecrated woman, it was hard because of what I saw I was gonna leave behind. But when I saw everything that Jesus was going to offer me, I just was happy to follow. I was just very happy to follow. I think that sometimes we can be so petty when we look at the little things we're leaving behind, and we forget
We
to
forget.
see everything that God is giving us, right? So I knew that by following this call to be a consecrated woman of Regnum Christi, I was going to be very happy. I was going to be fulfilled. Of course, I wanted to get married and have children, but now as a consecrated woman, I have a husband. My husband is Jesus.
Oh.
And I have many spiritual children. Many more.
Thousands.
Thousands, exactly, I hope. But yeah, I mean, as a mother, I would have liked to have a big family, but as a consecrated woman, God has given me. I will never really ever know how many spiritual children He has entrusted
Prepared for
to
you.
me.
Yes.
Exactly, and that gives me so much joy and fulfillment as a woman also. and fulfillment.
Thank you for that testimony. No? So,
Yes.
moving forwards, the undercover thing.
Yes.
Why is Renum Christi one of the innovative ways of evangelizing
Yeah.
the faith right now?
Good, good. Well, I would say that the Holy Spirit is very creative.
Yes.
And He always finds different ways and creative ways to continue bringing the gospel to this world, right? So, in Regnum Christi, which what I was explaining a little bit a while ago with our garrison, we also feel very strongly to work in the new evangelization.
Yes.
As John Paul II said, right, re-evangelize the Catholics. So that's something that we do a lot with our members. But focusing in the undercover agent, before this interview, we were just chit-chatting a little bit before to get to know ourselves. And when I was sharing with her that when I was explaining my consecrated life to a specific group of girls, they were asking me, so like, why is it that, like, what's the difference between you and a nun, basically? And I said, well, in essence, I am just like a nun. I live poverty, chastity, and obedience, and I belong to Jesus totally. So I am married to Him, I belong to Him, and I was telling her, I don't wear a habit.
Yes.
And she said, because we don't wear an external sign of our consecration. So she said, oh, so then you're like an undercover agent? And of course she made me laugh, and I said, well, yes, if you want to look at it from that point of view, yes. I would be like an undercover agent because I don't wear an external sign of my consecration. But I am fully consecrated to Jesus.
It's actually a wonderful way of reaching out to people, no? Because there is this stigma. There are some people who are kind of allergic when they see people from the church coming in. But for people like you, for consecrated women, so that's actually one of the questions I had in mind when we first met a while ago. Why is she was a consecrated woman, but she's wearing a really fabulous, fabulous outfit. So that she answered my question when she said that that's the way of Regnum Christi. And I just realized that it's a wonderful way of reaching out to other people because you'll feel more into the crowd. Somehow you blend in.
Yes.
So do you have some success stories you want to share with us? One of the most memorable and life-changing experiences or encounter you've had ever since you joined Regnum Christi?
Wow. That's 30 years of history. So I would really have to think if there is something in particular.
Every day is a transforming
Every day is
transforming
beautiful.
experience.
Every day is beautiful.
But you have this one moment that, I'll never forget that.
I do have one. It doesn't have to do with the undercover agent.
No worries about
but
that.
I do have one, and it's here in the Philippines. I mean, yes, it's been a blessing for me to be able to visit places and meet people that I can engage in a conversation with them without them knowing that I'm such a religious person. And then little by little just bring Jesus to the conversation. That is definitely beautiful, and I'm thankful for the vocation that God has given me and the opportunities that have come with this. I think that something that I remember as very memorable in my consecrated life that brought me to tears, it's when one day I received a phone call from one of my spiritual children asking me if I was at Everest. So I told her, yes, I'm at Everest in our school, right? So I was there, and then she asked me, can I go visit you? And I'm like, of course, yes, come, totally. And she was sharing with me how the night before in her family, they fought a lot. And they were fighting, and like, they were just sad, and after fighting siblings, they were having a conversation three of the girls were having a conversation in the room. And one of them realized, well, every time I'm sad, the people that uplift me, that bring me higher, that make me feel better, are the consecrated women. So if I am feeling like this right now, and I go to them for them to make me feel better, I wonder who do they go to when they feel sad or down. So she told me, I wanted to come here today to visit you, to tell you that you mean a lot for us, that you're someone important in my life, that I want to bring you higher when you're feeling down also. I just want to acknowledge that I appreciate all your generosity, and I feel like, ooh, emotional again.
Wonderful.
Yes, it feels like as if it was yesterday. I felt goosebumps because I was God gave me a beautiful moment of really feeling that I did not have my I did not form a family, right? I did not get married and have my own children, but I did not abandon that way of life to just come here and not have it. He gave it to me, and people, every person that I met makes me feel part of the family of Jesus, right? Whether it's the family of the church, the family of the Filipino church, or the family of Regnum Christi. So I think that all of us human beings, we have such a strong need for the sense of belonging to a family, that this girl was really able to make me feel part of a family, part of her life, and that we share something beautiful. So yeah, every time I share this story, I get a little bit emotional.
I was a little...
Yes, I saw your eyes, but I think you saw mine too.
So crazy.
Yes.
Those
I
are
get
the most
emotional.
wonderful moments when we are reminded that Jesus never ever forgets a person, as an individual, and somehow even those with the what do you call this, the confused state or the darkest state, he's just there. So
Always.
speaking of the darkest state, unfortunately, right now we are in a changing time, especially in the Philippines, and in a really challenging moment. So, what do you think is the good or the positive impact of Regnum Christi here in the society, here in the Philippines, especially right now that so many issues in the government, in every aspect of our nation, in every aspect of our Catholicism? How can Regnum Christi help uplift these things?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I would say that two things. One is because of what I expressed before of the new evangelization to re-evangelize the Catholics. The Philippines is the only Catholic country in Asia, right? So I think that as a country we have a big responsibility when it comes to the evangelization of bringing Christ all around the world. And precisely because some Filipinos, maybe they're not so engaged in their faith and maybe not living it to the full. That's why I believe we can support the church here in the Philippines by re-evangelizing the Catholics, bringing them closer to Christ, helping them to encounter how much He loves them too.
Yes.
And then I would say also, when we were baptized, we received a double call. We received the universal call to holiness and the call to apostleship, right? So what I have found in Regnum Christi is a family that helps me live my Christian vocation. What matters is that we all live these two calls, right? To holiness and to apostleship. In my personal life and in the life of many others that have decided to join Regnum Christi, we have found in Regnum Christi a family that helps us live this path to holiness and this path to apostleship. So I would like Regnum Christi to continue being able to bring people to the deeper reality of their Christian vocation, and that all Catholics and all Filipinos out there, I just have like big expectations, horizons. I can't stand still with little things.
Yes.
My personality is like, let's just go and like change
Let's
the
do
world.
this.
Let's go and change the world, right? So I want and encourage and challenge all the Filipinos out there to make things big for their faith.
Yes.
To be radical for their faith, to love Jesus, to bring Him everywhere they go. And when we are followers of Jesus, when we live our sacramental life, right? When we are close to the sacrament of confession, of the Eucharist, these graces that come through the sacraments,
These blessings.
exactly, are graces that just helps us to be better Catholics, better citizens, better daughters, better students,
Better person.
better persons, better mothers, better women, better men in society. So I know for a fact that when a person encounters Jesus, they become the best version of themselves.
They didn't even know they could be.
Exactly.
That's the beautiful, that's the wonder of following Christ. So this has been a really awesome conversation. So towards the end, I would like you to invite the people, for the people out there, for the viewers who are hearing a call, if you want to be a part of Regnum Christi, where should they go, what page or what website? Or for the people out there who have different advocacies but want to help Regnum Christi, what are the ways we can help you out, financially or volunteer or whatever?
Thank you.
Yes.
Well,
You have the
yeah.
opportunity to talk to our viewers about these stuff now.
Good. Well, I will definitely like to invite you all to the Regnum Christi family, but most of all, I would like to invite you to fulfill your call as a Catholic person, right? As a baptized Catholic. So yes, in Regnum Christi, you can find us in our website, regnumchristi.com, and as well through Facebook, so Regnum Christi Philippines. I personally handle our Regnum Christi Young Women Facebook page. I also have my own Facebook page, Gudelia Guerra. You can also look for me there. And well, we also have the Facebook pages of our apostolates. So we also have the website for Everest Academy. We also have the Facebook page for Pure Fashion, which is an apostolate that we run here that is for girls, for them to discover their inner beauty and for them to discover that they are the daughters of the great
That's
designer.
very timely.
Yes, exactly. And it's not only about fashion. I mean, yes, you learn about fashion, but it's much more than fashion. It's to discover your inner beauty. And then, so we have the Pure Fashion Facebook. We also have the Mission Youth Philippines Facebook. So we're present all around the web. We also have our Instagram, Regnum Christi. Well, we have Pure Fashion and Mission Youth. And there.
For the people who want to donate, where can they go? Or for the people who want to volunteer in those mission or outreach?
Yes, thank you. I will invite you first by volunteering. Come and get to know us more. And contact me through any of these Facebook pages that we mentioned before. You can also, my personal Facebook as well. And I would love to get in touch with you for you to be able to discover the beauty of the Catholic Church, the beauty of the Regnum Christi family, and the beauty of serving Jesus and finding Him in others. Yes.
Thank you so much, Gudelia. This has been
pleasure.
really, really life-changing, actually. Every experience, every encounter I have in this show has been changing me quite a lot lately, and I hope for the viewers, it has been changing a lot of you already. It's been a really enriching experience for me. So for the people out there who are viewing, we are really, really looking forward for you to comment, to message us, to just speak out. We're listening. So we are here for you, as what I've always said in the previous episodes. There are so many places, so many platforms, so many families you can join for you to be the best of who you are. And the church is really, really open. It's really an open arms. It's really an open family, and we are calling you. We're like waiting for you for so long right now. And I hope the viewers, our watchers, will continue to subscribe and share and just support CBCP News Conversations. So if you want to view the previous episodes, just like our Facebook page again, CBCP News, and we are looking forward to seeing you. Have a good day, guys. Thank you again, Ms. Gude.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.